Alright, again, I don't have any weightlifting footage to show, but I do have something to talk about that's at least related to weightlifting. It's an idea that I'll also use in other aspects of my life too. I'm calling it performance indicators in reference to this book. For anyone that's looking for advice and that wants to do what it says on the tin, I certainly would recommend the book. I'm not reading it often, not because I dislike the book, but because I need to build the habits to read consistently. I think he's got some absolute gems in that. It's basically a gold mine for help if you're looking for it. If you're looking for a perspective that isn't yours, that book certainly might help. But anyway, let's actually move on with the video, or with the topic of the video. There's a story of a lady, and she was saying that she used them to be able to help her with her workouts in some way, / her physique. And I thought maybe I could do a similar thing to that. And I even wrote on the whiteboard, I thought, do I have any of these performance indicators? No. Would I like to have some? Absolutely. I absolutely would. And hence, I'm making this video to help me out with that. So I came up with some ideas as to how I could go about this. I thought I could make logs on strong lifts about the weights that I'm lifting. I could use how many calisthenic moves I could do with proper form as another indicator for my calisthenics only, of course, and also for my the course that I'm learning to go down a personal training path. I've thought of learning more material. That's what it says on the whiteboard, but I'm thinking more so about the quality of each learning session that I do. And in order to stay on track, I came up with the idea that I'd like to review my progress, i.e. the weights that I'd be lifting at on a weekly basis. Oh, okay, no, I know why I wrote that note. I put warm up, main session, cool down, extra bits I could follow here and there. That's to do with basically treating the learning that I'm doing for the course, or trying to do in my head, that's what I'm thinking, like a gym session. That's why I wrote that note. I was a bit confused there, but no, that makes sense to me now. So I'm not sure if this will work, but I think it'd be a lot more useful than lifting the same weight over and over again and doing the same things that I was doing in the past that weren't helping me progress. I've just finished filming today's daily log, and that in itself is a performance indicator. I'm referring specifically to how many reps I could do for push-ups. It used to be 3 until I started finding it very difficult. Actually, no, it'd be first one would be easy, the second one would be easy, and then the third one, it would start to get tough, but that's not the case anymore, as I've very rather surprisingly found out. I feel happy about it, that's what I'm trying to say. It was a pleasant surprise, there you go. It was a pleasant surprise that I can now do more reps with more ease. I can go to 7 pretty easily now, when in the past I could go to 3. And that was back when I was focusing on doing reps. That was holding me back. Now I'm focusing on form. And now I'm making progress. So the numbers, they're helpful. They are helpful, but form over everything. There's no point ego lifting and then getting a bicep tear or something like that. or injuring myself in some other way, like breaking my leg, or I don't know. I might not be able to do that with lifting weights. It could be possible, but yeah, cut a long story short, I don't need to go down that route of hurting myself just for the sake of being able to do more reps. That's just a waste of time. More harm than it's worth. So the numbers will help. The reviewing it on a weekly basis, all of these things that I'd use as performance indicators, they'd help. I'm currently like forming the idea bit by bit in my head and also on my laptop. So these things that I call performance indicators will become more clear to me, and I'll have more examples as time goes on. But I like the idea because I think it will help me progress, because I'd have numbers that I'd be tracking on a weekly basis. I'd be using numbers, and also my ability to lift those numbers or to do X amount of reps for something. As for archer push-ups, I'd have to think about how far I can bend my arms, how far I can go down with proper form as a performance indicator. But yeah, very generally speaking, this could be the thing that I do that will allow me to progress. If I think I need to make a part 2 for this, then I will. But for now, I think I'll leave it at that. But I want to end it on this note. I'd really like to do that on a weekly basis to stay consistent with it, because I have numbers from on my strong lifts, in my strong lifts records, but I'm not using them because I don't go back to them on a weekly basis. These weekly health reviews are going to be so long, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to fit all of this when I do get that gym instructor job, and then eventually personal training job. I put quotation marks because I wouldn't see it as a job. That's the path that I truthfully want to go down, and not primarily for money. I don't know how I fit all of that. I'll probably have to start waking up very early to do all of this stuff. The weekly health review stuff that I'm already doing, and that. And I'm also thinking of getting a blood pressure monitor to be able to further, to have more information about my health. Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah. There's a lot to do. But for now, I'll leave it at that. If I feel the need to make a part 2, I'll make a part 2. But for now, I'm done. See you lot in the next one. Peace. At least this video is over now. And the amount that I've got to do is at least a little bit less overwhelming. Because I was thinking, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I'm working at it. Thank goodness for that. Might have some food after this video and then come back to it. I need some rest, man. I'm a human being. It's like I'm expecting myself to do all of these things that I set myself to do without any breaks. It's ridiculous. And I have no idea how I'm going to be able to do all of that without being able to have a clear, focused mind as well. Basically, just watching YouTube quite a lot of the time so that my mind doesn't race with a whole load of thoughts. But that's just a short-term fix. That's not going to help me. That's not going to help me long-term. Be destroying my brain by doing that, man. Not being able to sit with myself and actually think and have control of my thoughts, complete control of my thoughts. I'm not helping myself out by watching all of that YouTube, seriously. But in time, things will keep on going. Yeah, but anyway, that's completely unrelated to the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.